Tell ya, you relieve yourself in the fish pond once, and they ban you for life. That sucks. I love mini golf. Anyways, it's Loop Darks out here, and in this episode of BackBit Impawsible, I've got some experiments to run. I gotta see if a certain thing is possible, and to do that, I need to compare one frame to the next, over and over and over. And that's pretty much all I do in this entire episode. Nothing really happens except me talking, saying my thoughts out loud, pointing at the screen, and, well, that's basically it. There's, I really don't want to spoil anything. Not like there's much to spoil here, but this is part of the story. And some of the things that I do beak about in the clips within are part of that story. So let's just get to it, okay? Okay, I got some bad news for myself anyway. My secret weapon might not work bitmap style because this program will compare one bitmap to the next frame's bitmap and tally up how many bytes are different. Now I'll hold control here because at some point it's going to try to scroll, won't it? Nope, I can't stop it. Now watch when it changes scenes. There. Oh, it's off the screen. Nope, it's down here. Now, when it went from the side view to show Gabu close up, that was frame 94 it began. So frame 93 looks at frame 94 and notices there is 7,000 bytes different. But as you can see, leading up to it, about 5,000. And then when the scene changes, it's a big jump. But then it levels off again, right? And that's what we got up here. But I was not expecting 5,000 bytes to be different. And that is going to put me in a big jam, at least bitmap style. My secret weapon is not going to work. Well, it might work. You know, thinking back, the beginning of the video, there's so many bytes different because it's moving. These are static backgrounds. Talking heads. Look how few changes. Like obviously frame number, amount of bytes that are different. Frame number, amount of bytes that are different. When things aren't moving, it's pretty easy. But let's go see my my favorite region of frames. See, that dude's just walking, right? But still, it's a pretty hefty chunk, 3,000. Where if I just, and that's per frame, right? Like, oh, now it's 5,000. Yeah, because everything's moving. The foliage is moving. Everything's moving. But to do the character set in video matrix and colorgram, well, top is 4,096, right? Most bytes. But there's a way around that. If I compress the color, I know I've done that before, famous last words, but I have a way of compressing the color, so that reduces that, and maybe the color itself can have a keyframe every 4, just so it stays on track, even though it's kind of not necessary. And the character sets, I could try having one as a keyframe every 4, with the exception of when the scene changes, I can hard code some splits where it'll say if there's, well, like look at these bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our 4 frames in a row that share the same character set. Now suppose here at this point the scene changes. So you could have a character set for 1, 2, 3, and then for the last one, you don't use the 4th frame. You actually just make it a split of all 3 of these. So it pretends that that's the 4th image, even though it's not. So it optimizes the character set for these 3 frames only. And then when this one hits, you flag it in a certain way. And that one is treated like the first of 4 again, where it has a brand new character set and it does 4. Because you're not going to have immediate like the scene isn't going to change twice in the 1/6 of a second. So you might have one that just is good for like one character set that's good for only 1 frame or 2 frames or 3 frames. But after that, it's back business as usual. And by the looks of things, that's probably what I'm going to have to go with. That's too bad, because suppose I even did it this way and had, what do you call it? Rolled out code as fast as possible. Say 5,000 bytes to change times 4 cycles. That's 20,000. And that's considering that the music or the audio still has to play. And all the overhead of the code itself. I don't think it's possible to pull that off within two screen refreshes, which is about 32,000 cycles. That with the the bad lines and stuff hogging stuff up. But yeah, I mean, I probably should have tried this long ago. But honestly, it's an eye-opening result, because this video is so noisy, But anyways, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I got this information now. It's a little discouraging, but it tells me if I want to do it character set style, or if I want to do it bitmap style, even rolled out code, it's not going to be fast enough. I still want to try this rolled out code technique on the BackBit. Maybe it'll work. Well, not with the bitmaps, but with the character sets. We'll see. Well, I'm going to let this thing go through the whole file anyways. It's doing it at a rate of about 100 frames a minute. So an hour and a half gives me a reason to go play some PS4. An hour and a half from now, I should have my results. Even though I already know there's probably no way I can do it this way, bitmap style, although that would have been great. I would have loved to have dived back into my 5-bit color versions and came up with brand new bitmaps that had 3 unique colors per cell instead of 1. And it would have been so much prettier and without the artifacts that forcing myself to go down to a character set would have given. Maybe that's possible. I'm going to have to think about this. I mean, my mind's all over the place, but right now it's just excited at the prospect. But the code I have that does the comparisons here, I can easily tweak it after this and have it compare one frame's character set to the next. It's super easy, really easy. Because I wonder, even though the character set, it only takes 1 byte to be different in a character to screw up that whole character. So, I mean, I'm not going to write really fancy code. Maybe I can. To find out how many true characters are different, never mind the bytes in the character set. My goal is to get 24 frames a second without a single dropped frame. And however I do that, it's success in my eyes. That's what the whole title of this series is about. BackBit Impossible. Should be impossible without an RU. And I'm going to pretend it's doable, because I still believe it might be. So we'll see. And here we are doing the character set number of bytes different. I ain't using any clever logic to look for a specific character in another location in the other set. I'm just counting just raw byte differences. Pretty much the entire character set is different. Whether one character is in a different spot, there's bound to be a few, but I doubt there's very many at all, because this is so random with the foliage. So in other words, yeah, every 24th of a second requires its own character set, unless I try the keyframes, which I might do tomorrow. Of course, the keyframes are going to reduce the quality even further, but I will be able to play it back without having to resort to rolling out code or anything insanely crazy. So the resulting file won't be as massively huge as it's going to be if I need to roll out code to make it happen. But yeah, oh boy, it's just one more thing to try out. I guess I'm getting kind of tired of this project. I mean, it's been going on for half a year now, more or less. Yeah, pretty much. And, well, whatever. I mean, it's hard to be, how do I phrase this? I'm kind of excited because the Commander X16 pre-orders are starting to ship or will be soon. I don't know if I'm one of them. Probably not. I might have to wait until, March. But then what? I'll have two machines hogging my attention. And I don't have enough time as it is, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited because all the things the Commander X16 can do is kind of stuff that I wish this could do. And, well, maybe not everything, but the 8-bit guy, his dream computer, well, it may not be all the things he dreamed of, but still, it's a pretty good machine, I think. And I guess we'll see when I own one. And for fun, here are the video matrix differences. Of course, same thing as the character set. You don't know if a certain character actually relates to anything. You could have a whatever here, but on the next frame it could be here, even though it's the exact same thing. And you know what I mean. Whatever. Just treat these as singles. I guess the color is the only thing that can be different. Let's try the color next. And here's the color. I was sure to strip out the high nibbles. What? Yikes! Okay, never mind. I'll be back. Yeah. Never mind. Here. That's more like it. Why is that so bloody? That doesn't make sense. That's more than the color room itself. Okay, I'm going to try this out again. See you in a bit. Okay, last try, I promise. I got the number right. This should totally work. There we go. And this is more realistic. I mean, I stripped out the high nibble altogether. And this is why the compression I have planned might be somewhat effective. Now, we'll watch when, what frame is it? 94 comes along. It'll be down here. There'll be a big jump in the color RAM numbers. Here we go. It'll say 93, so it'll be, I don't know, somewhere down here. Come on. Yep, as expected, see? Because the frame changed. And so many color things got changed. And that's why a color keyframe makes sense, because you don't have to do 600 and some logics of checking the high bit and doing branch or not branch. It's just, here's 1,000, put them everywhere, and then we go from there. Because as you can see, that must have been a frame change. Tell you, with that information alone, I could probably automatically detect the frame changes, even though I'm not going to. But it would help verify what I have on paper, because when I was setting the colors to things, I wrote down the exact frame number when every scene changed. But yeah, cool. Let's see. So we can see these guys in the background, right? So let's wait for the scene to change, and then we'll watch the little blue flickery, and we'll see if something, has a high color number. Come on. Well, they might be talking for a while, because every little flicker of that blue is 1/24th of a second. So we're actually playing this video, so to speak, rather slowly, because I have this guy disabled, because I can't have, corrupted frames screwing up my data. Come on. There, change. I'm going to hit stop just because my brain is going all dizzy. But I bet you it was right there, wasn't it? Yep. Neat. That's pretty cool. So out of all the experimenting tonight, this is the only one that really makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I guess I can make use of this. It gives me something to go on tomorrow. It's after midnight. It's time for bed. I got, another shift. I'll be working till I die, I bet. But anyway, okay. So it gives me something to do, and tomorrow I'm gonna do it. Maybe. Ciao.
Hey, I got some good news. You know the chick that works at this golf thing? She retired. Ha! So yeah, and nobody knows I'm on their list. I'm gonna play around after this. It's gonna rule. Next time on BackBit Impossible, well, I got another side quest, if you believe it. This one is a little more interesting to watch, at least not by a lot, but yeah, it's something I gotta try. All these things I gotta try, but soon, soonish. We're going to get to that secret weapon because you probably already know what it's about, but you're probably itching to see it. So, 2 more episodes to go, okay? All right.